Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading is to find out how the full moon on October 31st will affect Moscow Mitch. Okay, so health of his body, his challenges, his emotional body, his mental body, his karma, what he's doing, and his future. All right. And health of his body, challenges, emotional body, mental body, the karma that's hanging over him, his destiny, what he's doing, and his future. Okay. And then just a little side note, long time ago when he fell off his porch, or not, he didn't fall off, he fell down on his porch and broke his shoulder. I got really curious about his birth chart, his astrological birth map, and what I found was that his birth time was unknown. So I sat in meditation and pulled some cards, and I finally got that he was born at 5:38 p.m. And so it's Louisville, Kentucky. So it's February 20th, 1942, if anybody wants that. But anyway, that it put his Pluto conjunct Chiron in his 12th house, which makes perfect sense. It put Neptune in the 2nd house, which makes good sense there. And his Mercury conjunct Venus opposing that Pluto conjunct Chiron in the 6th house. So he has this 6/12th house polarity, which can be, painful. Now, most importantly for today's reading to know is that it put his moon in the 9th house, which is the house of, the courts of law and politics. And guess what sign his moon's at? And guess what sign and degree his moon's at? Well, let me tell you. It is 7 degrees Taurus. And the full moon coming up on, the 31st is at 8 degrees Taurus, conjunct Uranus. So he's had Uranus sitting on his full moon, or on his moon in his chart up there in the 9th house, this entire time. It's been like, because it's retrograde now, and it's been like on his moon, like trying to. And the moon can be your public image. It can be women, and of course he has terrible karma with women. So anyway, I'm thinking that this might break something through, might break open something. There might be a breakthrough, for women as he pulls his pranks. They're not pranks. They're terrible, terrible things that he's doing by pushing Amy Coney Barrett through. So there might be some surprise there, maybe. But let's see with the cards what we get. Okay. Health of his body with the 5 of Wands. Well, there's a battle. There's, a fiery type of a battle, because of course we're in the Wands. So that's, Aries, Leo, Sag type of energy. With a health issue, it could be something. A big burnout, chronic fatigue kind of thing, big overwhelm. It definitely represents someone with a very unhealthy ego. And, impotence, which, I don't even want to think about him that way. It's disgusting. But that's one of the health issues when this card comes up. Okay, now when it comes to the Queen of Wands reversed for his challenge, I wonder if that's his wife, Elaine. That's kind of curious. When it's reversed, I mean, because when she's straight up, all you'd have to do is look at it and see the, the self-confidence there. She shines, and she's connected to her intuition. But when it's reversed, it's, of course, the opposite of that. And it's challenging this struggle that's going on within him, with the health of his body, which, affects all areas of his life. I don't really see any difference between spiritual health and physical health. I think it's all combined, emotional, mental, spiritual. I think that the health of your body, not when we just were, when we're getting older and, old age sets in. That's a different dynamic. And he is quite old, he's elderly. But he's been a very unhealthy man all his life. I mean, it's just really easy to see that. I wouldn't want to even be judging him harshly at all, except for that he's been such he's a terrible person. He's awful. He's, he sold his soul. He sold out to, I said Oleg Deripaska, he sold out the state of Kentucky for $200 million. So there's that. What he's doing to the Supreme Court, how he has stacked all the courts. I mean, it's atrocious. So this may be, the Queen of Wands here may have to do with all the women and their self-confidence and their ability to choose their own fate, their own life, based on it's their body. This is my body. So to go back into the Dark Ages and do what he wants is akin to like making a woman give birth to a child that came from rape, and then what happens to that in that same law, like in Alabama, the rapist has parental rights. So can you imagine giving birth from a rapist and then having to share custody of your baby? I mean, that's atrocious. That's an atrocity, and that is exactly what he's going for. That's what Moscow Mitch is going for. So, but on a health level, it has to do with the Queen of Wands. It can have to do with rashes because, again, fiery. We've got a double whammy of fire energy here. This energy is also, when the Queen of Wands is reversed, it's also demanding. It can be very aggressive and very demanding, because it doesn't come from the warmth of self-confidence. Instead, there's that lack of self-confidence, and then it can have a person, which is him, being very demanding, that he gets his way, that he wins, that he turns out to be the one on top. So that's the shiz storm that's going on in his body. Because remember, these two cards, and when I overlay the Lenormand and maybe even the Kipper, we'll see what's going on, because these cards down here are really important. Okay, so emotionally, oh my God, what the heck? Okay, we have the Queen of Wands, and now we have the King of Wands. Wow. This was the same card we had for Trump. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, so anyway, reversed in the emotional body with the King, it's strokes, it's in the lymphatic system, it's everything kind of seizing up, and it's tight, and because it's hot. It's temper tantrums, but he doesn't. I mean, yeah, he's power hungry. There's that in commonality with Trump, but he doesn't tend to, well, what do we know? I mean, behind the scenes, how does he treat Elaine? You know, I have no idea. We don't know what he's like, you know, personally. But he does put on this mask of calm, cool, and collected. Well, you know, I don't buy it. It's a mask. That's the problem with some of these politicians and these people that are very dark, is they have a very, very like polished mask, you know, with some type of air of superiority, which is completely fake. And deep down inside, they're very insecure. So, but emotionally, he wants what he wants, just like with Trump, and he'll do anything to get it. And he's very, very ruthless. And it can be impulsive, too. So maybe he'll fall on his porch again. Mentally, with the Page of Swords reversed on the nervous system, wow. This is the card of falls and accidents. On a nervous system level, you know, maybe it doesn't work well for him. Maybe his nervous system does not work well for him. It's also the card of circulatory problems. It can also be, you know, just a mental illness. I mean, that makes sense. Okay, karmically, well, he has karma with all women and all that is sacred. When the Queen of Cups is straight up, this honors, and that's why there's that big, it's not just a cup, it's a big vessel, it's a big, oh, I don't know, you guys are going to have to give me some words of your own to represent that, you know, this beautiful chalice, maybe? But it's big, but it's, her card is the only card that has a lid on that, and to me that means because it honors all that is sacred. Oops, sorry about that glare there. She honors all that is sacred, and you can see the children, you can see the child down here. This is everything in the, you know, the cherubs and maybe little children up here too. But she honors everything that is sacred in the family. And this can also be the family of, you know, the USA. Okay, so he has karma with the family. He has karma with women. He has karma with you know, women being their own, and that goes with his natal birth chart, with his, you know, Mercury conjunct Venus that completely opposes Pluto, and the Pluto conjunct Chiron. There's something so deeply wounded within his soul that he doesn't display the natural. Pluto and Leo can be very, very generous and open-hearted and loving, and very, you know, sharing of that love. He is the opposite of that. He has taken it and just, you know, turned it upside down. And of course, that's why he has Pluto conjunct Chiron, with that deep, deep wounding there. And that Chiron squares his moon in Taurus. So there's a real, that's another double whammy on women right there. And then, of course, that moon in Taurus squares his Venus in Aquarius. Okay, so with what he's doing, yeah, well, he's just trying to be the guy that's in charge of the courts. And he's stacking the courts. And his future, he's not going to get what he wants. He's not going to get what he wants, and he's going to feel even more apathetic. This is that same energy that he has with his Mercury conjunct Venus in Aquarius, where the love is always there, but he can't open because it doesn't look like, you know, it's kind of like, isn't what I want. Creepy. Okay, let's layer the Lenormand. Okay, the health of his body. There's something dangerous going on. It's dangerous. He may need surgery. This full moon may bring about surgery that he needs, or more, you know, IV, whatever. I don't know what the heck's going on with. I saw those pictures. And thank you guys for sending me those pictures. for posting those in the comments. That had to do with, well, it was pictures of his hands and bruises on his mouth. And you guys can Google him if you can't find him in the comment section, because I did a reading on him recently on his health. So this is, kind of a double reading, but this opens up to more than just his health. So this is dangerous. The scythe in the Lenormand is dangerous. It cuts. It can have to do, like I said, with surgery. It's, just anything sharp. It can sometimes be a decision. It can sometimes be a decision based on his struggle. Well, let's keep going and see what we get. The challenge is that the choice. There's not a good choice. It's a dangerous choice that he's been making. Or this full moon may cause him to make a dangerous decision. Okay, let's keep going with that. Emotionally, lymphatic system, connective tissue, it's too dry and hot. And emotionally, or in his emotional body, something will be revealed, or he will emotionally reveal something that isn't a good decision, but he's going to do it anyway. Mentally, in his nervous system, well, he's just like stuck. He doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't change. It's sunk down. The health, whatever health issue he's got going on, it's really dangerous. I mean, to the point that it's what's the word I'm searching for? It's like it's just sunk down into a system. It feels like it's incurable. So whatever he's got going on, whatever health issue he has going on, it is incurable. So of course he would need surgery. And there could be some dangerous surgery that has to be decided at the last moment because something is at its like peak. It's at epitome. Okay, and then is karma the destiny hanging over him? Well, the money is just going to keep going out, but it's going out to this incurable, well, I'm sure he has excellent health care, but something is costing him everything he has. Wow. Okay. What he's doing with the snake card, he's betraying. He's betraying everything that is just and fair and, that has truth, like true truth, like absolute truth. Which does bring in, like the laws of love and the laws that are very wise. He's betraying that. And he's also complicating the court system. Okay, and then his future with the moon, okay, so full moon, again, here's the moon, and he's not going to get what he wants. And he's apathetic. This brings in the element of feminine, because of, the full moon being conjunct Uranus in Taurus, the feminine bringing in all the women on the planet, or all the women in the USA, bringing in their rebellion against him. Yeah. Wow, okay, so let me use the Kipper and get a little more information. And the reason I'm layering with the Kipper rather than drawing more Lenormand cards is because Kipper has more legal and court cards and more people cards. Okay, so health of his body. I'll go ahead and just lay them out and then we'll go. Challenges. emotional body, mental body, his karma. That's interesting. What he'll be doing. Okay. And then the future for him after this full moon, or even on the full moon. Change, a journey. Okay. Let's keep going with that. Journey to connect with something. Some gifts, some outside gifts from someone a long ways away. Who's a thief, actually. Long way. Yeah, no, this way. Okay. One more card on that. Oh, and it causes some ending. Okay. Let me not draw any more cards because it'll get too complicated. So, him, period, health or not, he's always got his hands out and he's always expecting money because that's how he has set things up for himself. And this card, so that's the cause, because he's always like this. And he'll even deal with dangerous people because he's hell-bent on getting what he wants. The effect, so there's, the challenge to him wanting money all the time and him taking money from dangerous people, whether they're dishonest or not, he doesn't care. And the effect is that that is exactly what will be the thing that brings him down, are these people that he has chosen to get in bed with. And the effect, because this is the card that follows it, is that this card is in the Kipper. It has to do with people across the water, people overseas, people in other countries. So yeah, China, Russia, all of it. He's owned. He's owned just like Donald Trump. He's owned. And that's going to be revealed. Now, as far as with his mental, you know what? On another level, emotionally, this could have him, in his lymphatic system, this could have him very swollen. But then this is so hot and dry, so I'm thinking this is more about the people, more about... yeah, I'm not getting that these cards are, yeah, let's let go of his health. Okay, I will let go of his health. This is about money from dishonest people across other lands, foreign places, and with this Uranus full moon, it will be revealed. And of course, with this moon in Taurus, it's all about the money for him. It's all about him always wanting more and more and more. Now that's not true for anyone else with a moon in Taurus, but with him we know that he works in the negative. So yeah. So these dangerous people that he chooses to connect with just to get the money, and they're very dishonest and they're foreign. From other countries, that will be revealed. So there's more than just Moscow Mitch, I think, coming out. Okay. And this may or may not be, a rich person that he's thinking about. It's more about, with the rich gent, we're in this realm of investors and bankers and... even insurance people. Like, he's in bed with the insurance lobbyists and the insurance companies. The insurance companies have lobbied him, of course, which is why he wants to take down the Affordable Care Act. So that's what this card is about. He's thinking about those people that he has, given his pledge of allegiance to. My yeah, I mean, talk about darkness. And, you know, they just care about their money. They don't care about, I mean, they don't care about the people that they're insuring. So these are, it's not just insurance. The insurance, you know, the insurance companies, the insurance conglomerations is what I was trying to think of. This has to do with just all investors. It has to do with all like luxury kind of companies and just anything that gives him, this could be any colleagues or any people that he's connected with that give him the feeling of security, because that's all he's ever thinking about is financial security, because he's, you know, he's one of those very wounded souls who gave up on getting love from his parents, and instead he went towards approval in a different form, and which is money, you know. So, and that's not working well for him. So the karma that's hanging over him with the letter card, now in the Kipper, it doesn't have to be a written document. This is all forms of communication, but this very well could be documents and legal documents, financial documents. That's what's hanging over him karmically. That's part of his, you know, destiny there. Now, with the expectation card hanging in here with the snake, I think that he's expecting to be, as this is the card of what he's doing, he's expecting to be betrayed. Wow. And he really wants, you know, deep down inside, whether he's conscious of it or not, he really just wants to be loved, and he wants to be, you know, cared for. But he's never done that in his life. He hasn't done it the right way. So he hasn't learned how to care for himself or love himself. So, of course, he's not going to get it from the outside. And so now all that emotional reactive energy in his life has turned against him, and it will betray him. Because this is exactly, you know, the direction he's going. He's wanting to betray women for money. He has major karma with the feminine and all women, of course, and the family. So, okay, so let's go here just to figure out the rest of this, and just to look at his future. And actually, let's get these out of the way so that it's not so confusing to look at. Okay, because we can just do it this way. So this future where he's not getting what he wants, you know, and his apathy is a big piece of that, and it is affecting him emotionally, and it will cause him to emotionally react towards women. Actually, you know what? Let me put, here we go. No, not that one. Here we go. Let's bring her back in, because this is such a big part of his karma. So his apathy towards women and the feminine is rearing its ugly head with this full moon. And then, I have to remember to get these in the right order, it's going to cause him, let's see, like this, I think. Yeah, like this, this, and this. Okay, so let me do it this way. Okay, I think it was like that. And sometimes it doesn't have to be in the perfect order, but I'm pretty sure that that's how it was. Actually, let's do this, because we've got a theme up here. Cups, moon, same thing. Emotional, you know, Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And so his emotional reactiveness over not getting what he's wanted and his karma with women has him wanting to go towards his wife or towards someone that he can connect to. May or may not be his wife, but he's going towards anyone he can connect to get gifts that he wants. And again, you know, back to this card that was up here, you know, across the water, which is a long way, and it could take him quite some time, but there's been a theft, you know, there's been what he's been doing. I think something's going to come out. I think this full moon is going to bring out some information about how he's been taking money, receiving money from overseas, from you know, people, Russian oligarchs, and maybe others from other countries, and it will end him. It will end him on some level, if it's not physically, on a health level, you know, if it doesn't cause him to cross over more quickly. This will end his career. Because this side over here, and you probably can't see my itty bitty little chicken scratch here, but it's this, on this side of the card, when you have the theft card, the way I read from, I have studied with Tony Poole from World Divination Association, and she has a YouTube channel called the Card Geek, so you can go there to see if I mean, if you're interested. But anyway, from her book I learned that with this card, you look this way to see what has been stolen. Well, what has been taken away has been time for him. And the effect is something is going to end. And the reason that it's part of the theft is that he's received gifts. And again, probably because the journey card is, you know, this can also be, you know, moving away from, well, it's usually domestic, and this would be more foreign, but still, maybe what this is saying is that that for a long time he's been receiving money, and now the movement needs to go back towards the feminine, back towards the family, back towards the health of the United States. And he, of course, has not, you know, been doing that. But I think the most important takeaway, you know, of this, 30-minute reading is this card right here. Because this shows that his thievery has the effect of ending him. You know, this is done. He's done. So whether it's health-wise or, you know, professionally, he's done. We will be done with him. So, okay, that's all I'm getting there. And again, you guys feel free to add anything that I may have missed. I love all these extra set of eyes on these readings and your comments. I welcome them. And I'll be back later for another reading. Okay, thank you. Bye.